the psychotic teen who felt euphoria after killing a 9-year-old girl. In this murder case, a 9-year-old little girl, Elizabeth Olten, got killed by her friend's elder sister named Alyssa Bustamante. She slaughtered her brutally and then detached the corpse's body parts. After killing Elizabeth, Alyssa Bustamante buried the corpse in a grave she dug many days ago. In this video, we will explain a murder case of a little girl who got killed by a psychotic teen just a week before Halloween. This is a disturbing homicide story, so watch out and take care. Don't miss the end to know the recent updates about the killer. Elizabeth Olten was a 9-year-old girl living happily with her mom, sister, and a little brother in the small town of America, St. Martin's, Missouri. Halloween was near, and everyone was decorating their houses according to the occasion. Elizabeth Olten was a shy, adorable girl who loved cats. On October 21, 2009, she went to school with her best friend named Taylor. It was a Wednesday evening when her 6-year-old neighborhood friend Emma came to call her to play with her outside the house. As it was late in the evening, Elizabeth's mother, Patricia Price, did not allow her. Still, on their insistence, she permitted them to play for an hour with the condition to return home before 6 at night. But things did not happen as it was decided because Elizabeth did not return home at the given time. It was alarming for her mother because the night was dark and Elizabeth was afraid of the darkness, making her mother more anxious about her daughter. She immediately dialed the number of Emma's grandparents and asked about Elizabeth. Emma's family was getting ready to go to the church that day. However, Emma's grandmother Karen picked up the phone and asked why she had called them. Patricia informed Karen that Elizabeth had left home with Emma and did not return yet. But they said they did not see Elizabeth. Later, Emma's grandparents asked their kids about Elizabeth. Alyssa brushed it off, saying she came but then left immediately to go to her own house. It was the point where things got more serious. Now Patricia was afraid that something might have happened to Elizabeth. Elizabeth was afraid of the darkness, and there were no chances of wandering somewhere. Therefore, her mother called the police around 7 p.m. and told them about her missing daughter. The police reached the scene in just 15 minutes and searched for Elizabeth. Police also alerted the fire department and local officers about the search for Elizabeth. So, now it was clear that Elizabeth was missing. The news soon spread through the tiny town of just 1,000 people, and hundreds of people came out to search for the vanished little girl. All of them spread out to search every bit of the forest. That night was cold and damp. But they searched for hours but could not find little Elizabeth. After getting disappointed in the forest, the police decided to do a 101 investigation. In this type of investigation, the police investigate the 24 hours preceding in which they analyze the friends and who is the last person to see the victim alive. They decided to track the location of Elizabeth's phone. But her phone battery died. They searched the data on the phone, and the weird thing they saw was a surprising call from Alyssa Bustamante. Now the police had one and only person of interest. So they started an investigation about Alyssa Bustamante, and what they found out was shocking and not normal. They asked her grandparents about Alyssa, and they said that Alyssa had not made it to school that day. Because her grandparents called the woman who drove her to the school. She told them that she dropped Alyssa at school, but Alyssa did not go inside the school. She took the home bus, went home, and took a shower. Afterward, she went to the forest and dug 2 big holes like graves. After finding out that she did not go to school and weirdly phoned Elizabeth, police started to search her room. They found her diary to analyze. They also watched her social media accounts because she was active there. When they focused on her Facebook selfies, most of them had a blood-like tint made from lipstick around her lips and a scary makeup look. Some of her pictures had grit teeth. She tried to look scary. Not only that, She had written about her hobbies as killing and cutting people. When they further dug into her social media, they saw a YouTube video of her in which she was pleased by tricking her brothers into touching the electric wire and getting a shock. Under the video, she had written, "This is the fun part. I am about to hurt my little brothers." They realized that she was taking joy in the pain others felt. The reason for her getting pleasure from the pain of others was her upbringing. She was a child of teenage parents who were both criminals. Her father was in prison when she was 9, and her mother passed away due to a high dosage of alcohol. Her grandparents got their legal custody afterward, but she was depressed and saw a psychiatrist. She was also taking her depression pills. An officer saw a hole outside of Alyssa's house, and when he asked her, she said, "I like digging holes." After analyzing all the information, Alyssa and her grandparents were asked for an interview. She went to the police station with her grandmother Karen. A juvenile officer was also there. So they started the interview and asked questions to Alyssa about what happened. After some time, he started asking more pointed questions. Her grandmother was still confused about the interview because she did not know anything. The officer also had seen her diary in which she had mentioned the incident, and after writing the incident, she tried to remove it by scribbling it with blue ink. Despite that, 2 words were visible: slit and throat. She wrote, "I just killed someone. I strangled them and slit their throat and stabbed them. It was amazing. It's pretty enjoyable. I gotta go to church now, lol." In that diary, they found many other disturbing things, including her wish to burn down her home with her family inside and the attempt of suicide in 2007. In her interview, she was very calm, but her grandmother was getting more and more confused. Alyssa denied all the possibilities to be involved in the crime. The investigator asked her about the whole day's routine, and she said that after coming home, she had gone for a walk. When she reached back, her younger sister called her because she got stuck in the bushes. After that, she went inside to hang out before going to the church, and then they saw 3 sheriff cars outside their home. After listening to her routine, the interviewer asked her to repeat the routine. She said that she had seen Elizabeth, but did not say anything else. After that, the investigator asked what items they took from her room, but she replied that they only took her bedsheet and pillowcase. Her grandmother interrupted, saying a diary of Alyssa.
Did they take anything?
They took my sheet and a pillowcase. Oh, and they took a pair of hands and a diary.
At that point, she got shocked but did not show that too much. The officers said that it did not matter if she had scribbled the written evidence. It still was readable. She was about to confess, but the juvenile officer made a mistake and said, "It is their work to make people talk." Alyssa understood and did not confess the crime. After that point, the officer said she could tell them if that was an accident. Eventually, after questioning, she said that it was an accident, but the officer questioned, and she finally admitted that she dug the hole and buried her remains after burning her corpse.
It was an accident. She fell. She died. I didn't know what to do, so I burned her body.
Investigators also asked whether someone helped her bury Elizabeth, but she denied it. But there were 2 holes there. Maybe Alyssa's original plan was to kill her twin brothers. However, it's just a theory, and it never happened. In her interview, she told how she sent her younger sister Emma to call Elizabeth and then take her to the forest. She said that she killed her with a kitchen knife. After the interview, she took the police directly to where she dug the hole. Now she is in jail. Alyssa accepted a plea deal to the lesser charge of second-degree murder to avoid the death penalty. As part of the plea deal, she may get out of jail in 30 years on parole, but whatever happens to her, the little girl Elizabeth cannot return. Now we have reached the end of the story. Please give us a thumbs up and tell us your opinion about Alyssa in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get more videos like this. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.